Who do you think you are? You're
Good question, Tucker. You might want to stand in front of a mirror and ask that very question.
tweeting out the F word on Easter morning? You'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah. So obviously your mom.
Wait, this is the one I watched.
Obviously, Tucker is very angry. Oh, this is the other clip. I had two.
Oh, okay. You went to a different one. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, okay. All right.
Mocking the religion of Iran. Okay. If you seek a religious war.
Now, here is the funny thing. Lots of people had issues with this. So Donald Trump posted on Easter morning, Tuesday will be power plant day and bridge day all wrapped up in one in Iran. There will be nothing like it. Open the fin straight, you crazy bastards. Or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah, President Donald J. Trump. Praise be to Allah.
Now, he should have said Allahu Akbar.
Praise be to Allah. Now, lots of people also acted like this is the only thing Donald Trump said for Easter. It's not. He did speak and spoke of the sacrifice of Christ and Christ as God and our faith in Jesus and all that. Our faith in God. He did speak about it, but he also posted this. So the idea that this is all Donald Trump said on Easter is nonsense. Posting this on Easter, could you see it as problematic? Possibly. But it's Donald Trump. What do you expect? And then praise be to Allah. Apparently, this is the big issue. This is the big problem that Tucker Carlson has with this post. His big problem is that Donald Trump said praise be to Allah as a mockery. Seriously, man? This is what an obvious sellout and what an obvious foreign asset Tucker Carlson is now. Who, by the way, is currently under investigation, allegedly, for being an undisclosed foreign agent who takes orders, commands, or incitements by the government of Iran to tell Americans and the American government certain things, who collaborates with the Islamic regime according to alleged undergoing investigations. This is his big problem. That Donald Trump said, praise be to Allah.
To Allah. So obviously you're mocking the religion of Iran.
Good.
Okay. If you seek a religious war, that's a good idea. But by the way, no decent person mocks other people's religions. You may have a problem with the thing.
Says who? Really, says who? I'm really curious. I'm seriously curious. By what standard can you say that no decent person mocks another person's religion? What do you base that on? If you base your morality on the Bible, on Christianity, tell me where exactly in Christianity, in the Bible, you take that from. What exactly do you base this on? By what standard would no decent person mock another person's religion?
Yeah, he's actually you can't say you can't put this forward as like some established rule. It's not a rule according to Islam. It's not a rule according to Christianity. It's not a rule according to Judaism. It's not a rule according to atheism. And him saying it doesn't make it a rule. So you'd have to actually argue that this is a good rule. His argument is the dumbest argument I've ever heard for anything ever. It's like completely insanely stupid and completely like, if you take it seriously, you have to throw Christianity and Judaism and Islam, everything under the bus. And so it's like, why would anyone agree with him? It's like you would just have to be someone who's so like brain dead, you just go along with whatever he said. It reminds me of when Candace Owens responded to the Messianic Jewish rabbi, and she was saying, you can't be both Jewish and Christian. You have to pick one. You can no longer identify yourself as a Jew if you become a Christian. You renounce that. And he's going like, what do you do with the Bible then? I mean, Paul still called himself a Jew, and you had idiot fans of Candace siding with her. And it's like, how are you siding with her against the Bible? Like, how do you do that? So anyway, those would be the only people who could possibly side with Tucker, is just people who say, I choose Tucker over the Bible. Pretty dumb.
The same guy, by the way, who said this here.
Message is, we've been betrayed by the people who thought were on our side. We thought these people were for us. They actually sold us out. Well, that's certainly true. Israel has way too much influence over our Congress. Obviously, 95% before Israel lobbies, and not all of them. But it's certainly America's most people relevance in the United States. Insulting problem. It's so insulting to be ordered around by a country of 9 million people when you're the United States. Like, what? It's a totally irrelevant country. Its only relevance is we promise to protect them. Therefore, we're like involved in all this crap. You fought some, good luck. You're great. Wish I have done, and hopefully with all the significance that is not deserved. No resource. Like, this is a big world. Successive White Houses have decided that the only thing that matters is this tiny, irrelevant country. It's not an attack on the country. I do wish Israel well. I always have, and I still do.
Oh, really?
But I am pretty offended by that behavior, because they're supposed to be representing me and my fentanyl-addicted neighbors, and they're not. And they don't care at all about Americans, our leadership. I'm not attacking Israel.
Dude, where in this clip?
Why is that allowed? How is that defensible?
Where in this clip is he saying this phrase? I mean, I feel bad for having pulled up a Suleiman Ahmed tweet. There is no such thing as God's chosen people. God does not choose child killers. This is heresy. These are criminals and thieves. I can't find that phrase in the video, though.
We're on our side.
What is this message?
Betray true. Just take money from away. You could, but still. Are there big lobbies? Oh, I never thought that. America's most Israel is America's biggest problem. Here in the United States, totally. Therefore, we're. But if you take that out, wish you well, which I viewed, it's the size of Maryland.
Freaking Suleiman Ahmed. But he said on different occasions before that he mocked the idea of chosen people. And he also said that there is no chosen people. What the heck? Let me see.
The chosen people are people who choose Jesus. That is the Christian message right there. It's not an anti-Semitic message, by the way. It's the Christian message. It's the core Christian message. And yet there are many.
So by this, he has thereby mocked the idea that the Jews are the chosen people according to the Jewish belief. So what happened to no decent person mocks another person's religion?
Self-described representatives of the Christian faith.
I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm saying that this is his logic.
Who are daily sending a different message. And we should be very clear. Whatever this is, it's not Christianity. It is heresy. And among the many examples we could pick, we're going to go with Lindsey Graham.
A word of warning. If America pulls the plug on Israel, God will pull the plug on us.
God will kill you if you don't support Bibi Netanyahu.
Is that what he said? Gosh. Anyway, so he has no problem attacking other people's beliefs. He has no problem attacking Jewish beliefs. He has no problem attacking evangelical or dispensationalist or other, pro-Jewish Christian beliefs. He has no problem with any of these things. He doesn't ever have a problem with attacking people's beliefs if he disagrees with those beliefs. When it comes to Islam, however, you may not say anything negative about Islam. Why? Because Tucker Carlson makes the rules, apparently, on what a decent person may or may not say.
Theology, presumably you do if it's not your religion, and you can explain what that is. But to mock other...
Black Angel, okay, Lindsay's statement is nuts. I also think it's nuts, but yeah, that's not the point, though, right? Tucker Carlson just has these fantastic double standards.
People's faith is to mock the idea of faith itself. No decent person mocks other people's religions. You may have a problem with the theology. Presumably you do if it's not your religion, and you can explain what that is. But to mock other people's faith...
Oh, really? I wonder if Tucker Carlson has a problem with the Islamic religion. Have you heard any word of criticism against Islam from him throughout the years since he was fired by Fox? He has only defended Islam.
Yeah, I've only seen him. I mean, no, he blasted away at Islam for a couple decades. Matter of fact, you know what? This was after 9/11. This was like the first time I started seeing Tucker, and that's when he would wear the little bow tie and crap like that. it was a little after 9/11, and he did what all the networks did back then. They would all get Muslim spokesmen on to explain how Islam is wonderful and how Islam is peaceful, and that's why you got a wave of converts after that. They all wanted to show they're not Islamophobic by getting Muslim speakers on and so on. Anyway, Tucker had a guy on there, and Tucker's like, yeah, so explain to us how these guys are misrepresenting your faith. And the guy's like, well, we need to understand they're thinking that the United States, because of its atrocities and bombing Muslim countries, blah, 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 and Israel, and because of their loyalty to Israel and stuff like this. And he just goes on a tirade about how evil the United States is. And Tucker's like, well, yeah, but I mean, they're abusing your faith and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yes, and that you have to understand their thinking because, and then he goes on a tirade again. And all of a sudden Tucker goes, you're coming dangerously close to like agreeing with the terrorists. And the guy goes, no, not agreeing, understanding their thinking. And then he goes on a tirade again. And it's like, but you can see in Tucker's face, it's like, this is not going the way I thought it was. But, anyway, yeah, for years he blasted away Islam. He even interviewed Nabil years ago on one of his shows. And Nabil explained jihad very clearly to him and was explaining, I mean, he was breaking down Surah 9, verse 111 and so on, and saying it all to Tucker. And all of a sudden he gets kicked off Fox and he suddenly forgets everything that he's ever said about Islam and now takes the exact opposite position.